Hello everyone and welcome to today's episode of the Wildcat Way Show. My name is Mackenzie Harris, and as you know, the Wildcat Way Show is a YouTube channel and a podcast that we use to reflect our way of life here at Pearl River Community College, where our motto is pride, respect, class, and character. In today's episode, we have a very special guest who not only represents this motto, but also influences our past, present, and future Wildcats to do the same. I'd like to welcome Miss Delana Harris to our show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be on the show today.
I'm so excited to be interviewing you. I know personally that I was here at the River whenever you were working here too, and it was awesome to be able to see you in your roles here at Pearl River.
Well, thank you so much, and it's great to be back home. It feels good to be back in the maroon and gold.
So you're liking it being back on campus?
Absolutely. You know, the campus and just the whole college environment here at Pearl River, it's special to me. It really is. You know, it's something that I don't take for granted. I was a student here many years ago. My husband was a student here many years ago. But we were both here on scholarships, and you know, some of the people that we met here we're still very close with. They have their families now, so we've created our own little generation of Wildcats and future Wildcats. So it's nice to be back and get to see, you know, the faculty and staff here. I was on campus earlier today and was just talking with some of our faculty and some of our staff members, and I said, you know, one of the things that is so special about Pearl River is it truly is family. And you kind of have this sense of community here on campus. You know that if you're going through something, or if you have, you know, need someone's opinion on how to respond to a project or where to go with a project, then you know that you can reach out to just about anybody here, and they're going to give you some feedback, some help, assistance. It's been amazing, and I do want to give a special shout out to when I got back here, Mackenzie, the very first thing that I had to really focus on was homecoming. And we have a wonderful committee, and they have just gone above and beyond to just help, jumped in with all the ideas. They were open to all my crazy ideas. So they've been a phenomenal group to work with. So it's really good to be back.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that you're back and that you're happy to be back, and that it's been a good transition to come back to Pearl River.
Absolutely.
So kind of touch on a little bit more about your time as a student here at Pearl River.
Yeah, so I was a student here in 02 to 04, graduated high school from an out-of-district high school, not too far away, Stone High School. But when I got here, you know, back then it was a little different. There weren't a lot of students that traveled out of district. And so I chose Pearl River because when I got to campus that day, I was looking at colleges and stuff, and I felt right at home. It really did feel like it was meant to be. I can't explain it. It was just kind of, my path was almost like it was just right there in front of me. And so I came here, took business marketing courses, was involved in String of Pearls, still keep in touch with some of those girls on via Facebook, so it was a great experience. You know, really, I will say this, I felt like I got a really great foundation on the academic side as well. Met some of my mentors here that are still my mentors today, were a part of my life when I transferred to USM, still remain a part of my life in terms of my academic progress through my PhD program right now. So, you know, I just can only say that it has been a wonderful experience from when I started here as a student through my entire professional career. My husband played baseball here for Coach Artigues, had a wonderful time here as well before he left and transferred to Mississippi State. And like I said, we're still very close with a lot of the classmates that were here. We get to see their families. It was a wonderful time for us so many years ago, and that's really, I will say this too, a huge draw to this new position has been that, you know, I enjoyed my time here so much that I want to have that connection. I want students to see that, okay, they're going to want these, you know, really cherish these years, because they're going to look back and it's going to be some of the best years of their life.
Absolutely. I can definitely attest to that. Because whenever I went to the first football game that we had, I saw the cheerleaders just like out on the football field, and I was thinking, man, like, just soak it in right now, because it is
Absolutely.
The best time ever. And I truly missed it whenever I saw that. And it's an awesome place to be.
It is, and you know, that is one of the things that makes it special here, that people do want to come back, and you do look back on your years here at Pearl River. And you know, both of us, my husband and I, we both went to universities, both went on to get our master's degrees, and enjoyed all of those experiences. But we always say, we look at each other and we're like, it was the best 2 years of our life was being at Pearl River Community community college. And just like I said, you know, a lot of the people, Carol Williams, Susan Anderson, John Brown, Jan Stevens, all of those individuals were mentors for me back when I started as a student, and they continue to be mentors in my life now. Ran into Mr. Don Welsh at our Board of Trustees meeting, and he was one of my first bosses, and he hired me in the career tech as an instructor, and so really came full circle because I was a student in that building, then became a teacher, and then later on got involved in recruitment and everything. So. And then now back here in this role.
Right, so it's like kind of all come full circle.
It has, for
and it's
sure.
like your little community over here with you and your husband both coming to Pearl River and then being back here.
Mm-hmm.
So tell us a little bit about this new role that you've got.
So as the director of the Foundation and Alumni Association, it's really kind of dual roles, I will say, and they're both kind of unique. So the foundation side is really that fundraising, that revenue generating side of the college, in terms of that we try to bring in money that are going to support scholarships, programming, projects, that, you know, we work with the college. We work with Dr. Brewerwood and his executive team. As they see needs on campus, we try to support that financially. In some cases, you know, with scholarships, like I said, is another huge part of that. Every year, Mackenzie, we give out about $500,000 in scholarships. Yes, so it's a tremendous opportunity for students. You know, I tell students all the time, be sure to apply for foundation scholarships. Sometimes they forget about those. And so I tell them, go through River Guide and apply for those, because those are really important. Not just for the financial side, but for that connection to alumni as well, because you do get to meet them and hear their story as well, like why they decided to give a scholarship. And so that's, you know, I think that's really important. So, but yeah, so that's part of it. And then the other side is the connection to alumni, where we have, where we try to connect alumni to, you know, our current students, and we want them to learn from those lessons. You know, how did you get from point A, starting your journey at Pearl River, through becoming a physician, you know?
Absolutely.
Now, what did that look like? What did that feel like? What was your pathway? What was your journey?
How do you even go about doing that?
Absolutely. And so I was talking to an alumnus the other day, and, you know, he and I were just talking back and forth, and he said, well, I'm going to be honest with you, you know, I don't know if I can give a full tuition scholarship or anything like that. And I said, you know, that's the beauty, though, is that there's so many different ways to give, not just on the monetary side, though, through your mentorship and through your service and just participating, and then absolutely just sharing your story on social media and to your immediate friend group. I said, for enrollment purposes, you know, share that story so that they know that, hey, I had a great experience here, maybe I should consider sending my son or daughter to Pearl River. So I always try to let them know that, yes, obviously we do try to bring in money on the foundation side for a variety of reasons, but the opposite side is that alumni side, or I shouldn't say the opposite side, but kind of the other component of it is the alumni side, where we want to provide services to our alumni, but then we want our alumni to feel back a connection to Pearl River, and then our students connect with them as well.
Absolutely, because that's one thing, whenever you make a human connection to it, and you see somebody else out there doing it, and they were in the same position as you once.
Absolutely.
And you see where they're at now, you can really see yourself becoming that one day.
Absolutely.
And that really helps, and to know that, you know, they started at Pearl River Community College too, just like I am, and there's a lot of opportunities to be had here. And so tell us a little bit about that side with the alumni and the kind of ideas that you maybe have to bridge that and like help that relationship between the students and the alumni grow, and to a way to get them connected with those students.
Yeah, so, you know, I think we have so many alumni, so in almost all 50 states. So, and a variety, I know it's great, in a variety of industries, healthcare, some, you know, are more in the construction industry, have gone through our career technical programs, and, you know, they're utility linemen or whatever it may be, whatever industry they're in. And that knowledge of, like I said, going from point A to point B and how they kind of got there is so valuable for our students. Through technology, I will say this, you know, the one thing the pandemic has taught us is that there's some opportunities that have been created, and technology is one of those. But we, you know, one of the things that we had talked about is, you know, alumni don't have to necessarily come here physically to share their story, that we could have them, you know, Zoom in for a meeting or whatever until our honors college courses, and have them share their story that way. They could certainly video themselves, whatever it may be, to kind of explain kind of what they do in the industry, and really some professional lessons. We were talking about it the other day, a group of us, things have changed so quickly, and now that we all work from home, we talked about how just kind of relaxed we've all gotten with our dress and just different things, that it's kind of become the new normal to be very business casual. And so it posed the question of, is a suit really needed for an interview any longer? Now a lot of the younger alumni, they are the hiring managers now.
Absolutely.
And so just kind of their take on, okay, should you include a picture with your resume? Should you, do you do a portfolio now with your resume? All these different questions that really weren't questions 5-10 years ago. Now for our current students, they are so relevant, and things that they can relate to.
Absolutely. Well, it definitely has changed in the times. I know that even like on my applications now, I'm like, I want it to stand out. I want it to be cute, I want it to show my personality.
Right.
And before it was usually just like a black and white kind of thing.
Absolutely.
But,
and that was kind of the standard. And now things are so different. And now, like I said, a lot of our alumni, they're in the hiring roles. And so we want to know that opinion there.
Right, exactly. So that helps the students in every way possible with those future positions that they will.
Getting started just got easier. Flexible classes are open now at the River. With 4 convenient locations across South Mississippi and online options available for all, you can start your journey towards a successful future today. Visit prcc.edu for more.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about, we've kind of talked about that side too, and back to kind of like the fundraising parts. I know that comes with a lot of events and planning things out, and that's kind of the fun stuff. So tell us what you got in mind.
It is fun. One of the things I laughed about is I said, of course, I would take a job like this that requires a lot of event planning during a pandemic.
Absolutely.
So, you plan something and then maybe you have to adjust plans, and there's some challenges there, but we are excited. We are going to be doing some really special events throughout the year, that I think our alumni of all ages, it'll appeal to them, because that's the other part too, Mackenzie, is that we want to provide something that appeals to a wide range, a very diverse audience, that they feel a way to connect back to the college. And not every event is really designed or going to be targeting the same audiences.
Right.
And so, we want to design things that are going to be very specifically targeting groups sometimes, and then also do some that are, like I said, just a wide range, a diverse audience and everything. So we're excited about some upcoming plans and different things. And of course, all these events, the goal is to have that money come into the foundation to where we can support future scholarships and programming.
Absolutely.
So yeah.
Well, I know we've got a really awesome event coming up next week, really, homecoming. So what are our ideas for homecoming next week?
So yes, I started on Monday, immediately had to go into homecoming planning mode. Right. And but it's fun, it's great. As you mentioned, it is a little unique this year that we're doing on a Thursday night.
Yes.
Okay, so I served many years on the homecoming committee, and it was always on a Saturday, but this year we're doing it on a Thursday, and I think it works out great. So I want to start by saying this: we chose kind of a theme that we plan to keep this theme for years to come, and it's All Roads Lead Home. And that kind of goes back it kind of goes back to what you and I were talking about earlier with kind of, my path, and a lot of our alumni, they live all over the United States. Your path, can evolve, and, you get to come back home sometimes, and that's great. And we always want our alumni to feel like that they can come home, that their roots are here, that no matter where you go, what you do, you can always come back. And, so we want people to feel that welcome, that welcome home type feeling when they come back for homecoming, because it is a special event. Tuesday, we're going to do a brunch in the Alumni House here with the mothers and the homecoming court. Super excited about that. Sweet. But I'm really excited we are having an alumnus come in, Alex Ladner. He's an amazing artist. He's a graduate, 2005 graduate, I believe. And he is going to be doing a painting session with the court and their moms.
That is so cute.
Yeah, so we're really excited that we were able, kind of that full circle connection, involving one of our alumnus, members, and just that he's gone out. He's so talented, and I know that they're going to be able to keep that painting that they do with with him. So we're excited about that. I think the girls will really like that too.
Oh yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, and then so Tuesday we're also doing a big pep rally, Fall Fest. Gonna have Coach Smith come out and give a good pep talk.
He'll be great at that.
Pep talk for the students and faculty and staff, so we're really excited about that as well. Then on Thursday, that's the big event, we're gonna have a parade on campus with golf carts. The band is gonna march, gonna start towards the nursing building and move its way up towards the Brownstone Center, and it's going to end on Stadium Drive, which is the road in between the football stadium and the new dorms. Okay, nice. And we're going to kind of line the sidewalk there, and our football team is going to come in and do Wildcat Walk down Stadium Drive. Cool. So a really cool experience. Our alumni tent is going to be set up right there, so our alumni is going to have a first row seat for the band, cheerleaders, pearls, football team walking through.
Be so much fun.
We're going to have some food out there. We're inviting all of our alumni to come tailgate with us starting at 5:30 that day. So we're really excited about that. Court presentation at 6:30, roughly 6:30, and then of course kickoff at 7. Really excited to have Secretary of State Michael Watson as well. He's going to be kind of our grand marshal in the parade, and then he's also going to do the official coin toss that night. So we're really excited. It's going to be a jam-packed week of events and different things. But yeah, we're really excited about that. And we do want people to know that, hey, this is your home. Like if you're a graduate from here, you're a friend of the college, this is a great opportunity to come back, get involved. We did have to do some, changes, like I said, some safety precautions. We didn't get to do our annual carnival this year. But we did add fireworks, and everybody loves a good fireworks show.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So we're excited about that. That is sponsored by Highland and Pearl River County Hospitals, and we're super thankful for that sponsorship. They are also doing Con of Ice, free Con of Ice before the game starts. So we're excited. It's going to be a lot going on, but we're excited. I think that'll be fun.
I'm so excited. I'm going to have to come get me a front row seat.
Yes, absolutely.
But that sounds awesome. Well, kind of to wrap up everything for you, kind of tell us a little bit about how maybe somebody like myself that's an alumni and that is this age, and how we can get involved with the alumni services that you have.
Absolutely, that is such a great question. So the first thing I will say is join the Alumni Association officially. Come and join. The dues are not super expensive. We're actually moving to an online application to where you can pay online. That's going to be coming in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully we'll get that taken care of. But just being an official member is great. It helps us. We can reach out to you at that point and kind of say, okay, Mackenzie, would you like to come back and be an official speaker and do kind of some of these TED Talk style, presentations and stuff for our students. So that's the first way, as I always tell people, join the association because it really is important. But there's so many different causes, and I talk about scholarships a lot because obviously they are very important, but you can give to the foundation for childcare purposes. If that was something that you feel led to do, you say, I know that there's got to be some non-traditional students that really, they may have children that they can't afford childcare for so that they can go to school. We have a great childcare facility right on campus, $75 a week, that you could support a cause like that. Gas money, for students, and gas cards, or whatever it may be. So there's so many different ways that a person could really get plugged into the foundation or on the alumni side. Also too, I always tell people, just your time participating in events. Come back to a sporting event, a fine arts event, show that support there, and that really does mean the world to us. Share your story with others on Facebook or Instagram that you attended here. That you really had a great time here, that it led to you being super successful in your professional career. And so all of those things, those are excellent ways to get back to here at Pearl River.
Well, that's awesome. Well, I hope that this show can showcase that to other people, and that can let people know of different ways to get involved with the foundation and to be involved in those kind of things. And I want to thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's great.
It's been awesome. I'm so glad that you got to be my first person to interview.
I know,
for this show,
right?
Exactly.
Yes,
so
awesome.
We the two Harris girls.
That's right. Yes, perfect.
But I thank you again for coming, and I want to thank everybody else for watching today's show. If you have any questions or anything like that, or you would like to reach out to us, please email me at my email address at mharris@prcc.edu. Please follow us on all of our social media accounts like our Instagram and our Facebook page, and check back in for some more Wildcat Way news.